Welcome to Bucks on the Bookshelf with your host, Steve the Bookman Eisenstein. Steve the Bookman Eisenstein has been involved in buying, selling, and appraisals of rare books since 1968. This show has been designed with making money for the listeners in mind. More people know the value of coins, stamps, objects of art, and collectibles they do not own than the values of the books in their home library shelves. Now, here's Steve the Bookman Eisenstein.
Welcome back, book lovers. I'm going to just say something real quick. Pathé Miller, your book, look it up, signed. I might be a little high on the 100 to 200, but there's multiple books that he did, so it's got to be that Etzel Ford. And right now, I am going to turn the microphone over to Captain Hook, because Captain Hook is the musicologist of the show, and he will take it from here.
All righty. You caught me a little off guard there, Steve, but here we go. So, joining us now is Dr. Dana, and she has just put out a new song along with John Seda from Rising Sun Studios. Let me bring them both in here.
.com, RisingSunStudios.com.
Are you going to correct me, or are you going to... It was RisingSunStudios.com is the website, but Rising Sun Studios is a complete studio.
Okay, sorry, buddy.
That's just the website. Okay, John, a dear friend, John Seda, he and I have known each other a long time, and we've done a lot of production stuff together. And John, let us know what's going on here.
Well, hey, how you guys doing? It's nice to talk to you again.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Pleasure, buddy. Pleasure.
Getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that. And I started writing the song, which was supposed to be a love song. And then all of a sudden it just hit me. You know, I wrote a line, and the line says, "How sad it is to lose your love over hate." And it just came out. And then all of a sudden I said, wow, this is more like a song of peace than it is, you know, a love song. And I went down that route, and I ventured in. I called it my meditation because, you know, my wife is from Japan, and, you know, I'm a very spiritual guy in my own way. And so I do meditation, so does my wife, and that's kind of where part of that, the title came from. And it wasn't done like, it just happened. I call it a download, you know, when you kind of receive a message from God, and, you know, it just comes to you, right? That's how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you know, I was showing it to Dr. Donna, and she was just, "Oh my God, please let me sing the song," right? You know, and it was written actually meant for someone else, but unfortunately, the person got, you know, child got ill several times, so we couldn't, you know, make it happen.
Right.
And then I just knew that I wanted to do this now because there's so much craziness in the world with war, and
yeah,
I mean, it's just terrible. It's like everywhere, you know what I mean? And I felt like it was something. I was watching the news, and I saw these children that were all full of blood, and I just said, you know what? And when I was writing a song for my friend, it went that direction, and then all of a sudden, you know, I had to change gears and who I was going to pick to sing it. But at the end of the day, I made the right choice because, you know, it was hard for me because I loved, you know, the person I wrote it for. But right. I said, look, you know, I got to put this out now, and we're doing I'm working with a friend of mine in Puerto Rico named Danny Santiago, and we're putting a bunch of songs together to do a big presentation for a big label. And I don't want to mention that now, but that's a little release thing. But until it happens, and I'll be able to say that name in the future. But for now, so I said, this is something that needs to come out now because it's just a thing of the moment, and I really felt deeply about it, and I didn't want to be, how do you say that? I didn't want to come across as being preachy or anything like that. It's just something I felt and I wrote. And I hope everybody likes it so far. We've been getting amazing compliments. Everybody loves Dr. Donna's vocals. And I already expected that. And they're giving comments like she has an angelic, you know, incredible powerhouse vocal. So I'm very happy that it came together. It was something that I wasn't expecting, to be quite honest with you, because I work with a lot of songwriters, and sometimes because I work with a lot of songwriters, I'll take the back seat, if you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And this time it was different. I just started doing my thing.
Well, before we play the song, let's bring Dr. Dana in, and let's hear how she got started with all this.
Well, hello there, and thank you both so much for having me on. And John, it just was so beautiful to hear your personal journey as you wrote this song. And so the way that I ended up collaborating with John is I'm actually working with John and have been for the past couple months on my own music. And so I had spent the past couple months producing a number of songs that I've written that have been inspired by what I do on a daily basis, which is I'm a practicing physician, and I have the privilege of caring for people who have cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a really challenging thing. And I think I say that it's a privilege because part of the healing and really walking with my patients as they're going through their cancer treatments and diagnostics is really understanding and empathizing and connecting on a human level. There's healing that occurs, the medicines, the body healing, but it's really important that we as physicians and caregivers and healthcare workers recognize, empathize, and walk with our patients as they're going through this cancer journey. So I've always been one of those docs that takes a lot of that home with me. Throughout my life, music has been a way that I've processed and healed, personally, professionally, as a caregiver, as a physician. And so over the past number of years, I had actually written a lot of music, a lot of songs that were inspired by my patients.
Wow.
And I had contacted John months ago because I just felt really called. Finally, I'd been sitting on this stack of songs, and I just felt like that those voices and those journey, their stories needed to be told. And so I had contacted John and said, here's the story. I have these songs. I want to produce them. And so John and I had been working on my own music for the past couple months. One session I'd come in and John had shared with me, well, I wrote this song about peace. And really for me, peace is about healing. And I really connected with the song because I also am very big into meditation and healing and peace, but I think that the underlying message behind my meditation is this really important concept of shared humanity and an inner peace, and how important that is, and how connected that is with love.
Wow.
And so when I heard the song, I said, John, this is totally up my alley, right? and so I was like, are you still looking for a singer? Could I sing this song? I mean, I'd love to just sing it for fun. I said that to him. I was like, I understand. Someone lined up, he shared the story behind it, but I was like, I just would love to sing this because it speaks to my soul. And so, the rest is history, and I ended up coming in. He said, look, it didn't work out. Can you sing this song? I said, yeah, absolutely. And that's what happened.
And you have some other music also. I think I have another piece that John sent me over. John, you give me a heads up on what that second song was from her?
It's called Stage 4 Needs More.
That's
wow.
When I first met her,
Title.
she showed me this song, and right away I knew that, you know, she had said she felt something about wanting to work with me. And actually, it's almost been a year now, because she said a few months back, but it's been a while. That was recorded in January at first, and then it went on pause for a while.
Okay.
Because she's very busy, you know. And so,
well, my day job, John.
But it's true. You are busy. Well, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing for people that you're taking care of, you know?
Now, Dr. Dana works at the Moffitt Center.
We finally got it together. Say again?
I said, Dr. Dana, you work at the Moffitt Center, so people around. I'm in Clearwater. Steve's in Miami, but everybody in the state of Florida knows the Moffitt Center.
And I got to tell you, I am spiritually touched by your words, especially knowing what your background is and the things that you've said about it.
All right, well, without any further ado, we want to hear the Stage 4 Need More, but we're going to save that one for afterwards. And now we're going to listen to my meditation. Wow, totally blown away, John. Unreal. And Dana, unbelievable. What a... You never cease to amaze me.
Thank you.
Oh, it was hard not to break down during that song, you know? Jeez. John, you hit one out of the park here, boy.
You got sentimental. I got you sentimental. I can hear your voice. He knows he's going to say, I'm going to get you for this.
Beautiful voice and range.
Yeah, she's all over. Awesome.
She's amazing. That's for sure.
Boy, you picked the right one.
I couldn't have done it without her. I mean,
oh, you are. I can't wait to hear it. Now, how many more songs does she have?
It's not a lot of songs, bro.
It's never ending.
She's a songwriter.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, you know, like, we're kind of like kindred spirits. You know, it's like when you meet people that are on the same level, we can speak the same language immediately, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, you know, because when we were doing the song, at the beginning we were thinking of a chant, and then she, you know, we did one and we said, that one didn't, because it was the first time, right? But then when she did the second one, she did it like messing around. I go, whoa, that's it, you know what I mean? And then we elaborated on it, and then it became this beautiful thing in the back, like this haunting kind of Enya type of, you know, thing, you know?
All right.
So,
here's what we're going to do, you guys. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear the other song, Stage 4 Needs More. All right? So stay with us. Everybody
like that.
Stay on the line, and we'll be right back.
That when you go to serve your country, when you give your kids a kiss goodbye and you do not come home, we are going to give them a mortgage-free home.
There are over 7,000 service members who were killed protecting our country since 9/11. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is now delivering mortgage-free homes to those Gold Star families.
I am Nancy Gass, the wife of Staff Sergeant Jerry Gass, Jr. My husband was 33 when he died in the line of duty in Afghanistan. The day those two officers arrived, at my door was the worst day of my life.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is now delivering mortgage-free homes to over 1,000 Gold Star families with young children who are waiting for a home. I'd like to ask you to contribute $11 a month to support their effort.
Please call 1-844-BRAVEST or go to tunneltotowers.org.
Have you forgotten?
Do you shop at garage sales, estate sales, auctions, thrift shops, or do you just have a few old books laying around the house? Do you want to know what your books are worth? Then listen to Bucks on the Bookshelf with Steve the Bookman Eisenstein live every Saturday right here on WDVF Radio and find out if you have a treasure.
Hi folks, I'm Roger from Roger's Gotcha Motoring. If you need a local auto repair shop, Roger's Gotcha Motoring will take care of all of your automotive repair needs. If you need something as simple as an oil change or as complex as an engine overhaul, I have the latest in technology and the knowledge to get the job done right. We've been servicing Pinellas County since 1994 and are conveniently located at 3700 5th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you need service, call now at 727-327-1830 or visit my website at www.rogersgotchamotoring.com or like my Facebook page at Rogers Gotcha Motoring for a complete list of all of our services. So come on over to Rogers, that's me, and get your car service today. And don't forget to shop and support local business. Call now to book your appointment at 727-327-1830 That's 727-327-1830 or swing on by.
Que Pasa Mexican Cantina is where friends and neighbors come to connect, share, and celebrate one another in a festive, casual atmosphere. Offering rich, robust flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine, we use only the freshest, finest ingredients. We chop and dice, season and blend, and then cook everything we serve to perfection. One thing that makes Mexican food even better is one of our delicious Best of the Bay margaritas. Our signature series of margarita flavors range from our sweet and fruity mango and strawberry to our hot and juicy jalapeno margarita. Having a busy meeting or getting together and looking for Mexican food? Try our Fast Facts form. It's an easy, fast way to order your favorite Mexican food. We have special platters and layouts for any occasion. The form is super easy to fill out. Fax, email, or just call it in. Whether it's here in the restaurant, in your home or office, at Que Pasa we celebrate bringing people together. Que Pasa Mexican Cantina, 10478 Roosevelt Boulevard, North Street, in the Gateway Shopping Center, 727-330-3663 in St. Petersburg.
And you're listening to WDBFradio.com.
I wonder who wrote the book of love? Tell me, who wrote the book of love?
Welcome to Bucks on the Bookshelf with your host, Steve the Bookman Eisenstein. Steve the Bookman Eisenstein has been involved in buying, selling, and appraisals of rare books since 1968. This show has been designed with making money for the listeners in mind. More people know the value of coins, stamps, objects of art, and collectibles they do not own than the values of the books in their home library shelves. Now, here's Steve the Bookman Eisenstein.
Welcome back, everybody. Captain Hook, take it over.
Okay. Well, now, Dana, will you give us a little bit of rundown on how you came up with this song just before we play it on the Stage 4 Need More?
Yeah. No, I'd be delighted to share more behind what inspired the song because it certainly fuels what I do on a day-to-day basis. And so for the listeners who may not have caught the first part of my introduction, my day job, what I do on a day-to-day basis is I'm a cancer physician, and so I have the privilege of treating specifically women with breast cancer, and we've come a long way in terms of breast cancer treatments, but we certainly are not there yet in terms of my dream, which is I dream of a day where no woman dies from breast cancer.
Amen.
And yes, amen, exactly. And to give a quick rundown, if we're able to catch cancer early, we see better outcomes, which is why screening is so important. And I always like to put a plug in for folks who are on the line, get your cancer screenings. I'm a doc at Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida. And one of the biggest things that you can do for your health is to get in and get your cancer screening. But, cancer screenings are one important component. There was a period of time this is about 2 years ago, actually, is when I wrote this song. And I had just a really challenging month in the sense of I had seen so many advanced breast cancer diagnoses, and my heart was just hurting and bleeding for all of the women who were coming in with stage 4 diagnoses.
Wow.
And all I could think of when I would come home is stage 4 needs more.
Yeah.
Yes, we've made incredible advancements, and that's great. Again, not trying to minimize that at all, but we need to do more. We need to really lean into innovative ways to treat breast cancer. We have to connect different fields, different areas of study, so we're not just trying to find a magic bullet drug, but really challenge the frameworks and how we apply these drugs. And there are so many lessons to be learned in other fields. And I, in addition to being a physician, I'm also a medical educator and a researcher. Mm-hmm. And so about 2.5 years ago, I did, I don't want to say pivot. I think it's in addition to the research I'm doing in breast imaging, but added that additional component, which is I want to help create and lead a team that is going to put some really innovative, cutting-edge clinical trials and make them available for women with metastatic breast cancer that not only incorporates new drugs, but new ways of treating stage 4 disease. Because a woman shouldn't have to come in and hear the news, well, you've got stage 4 breast cancer, and, in 5 years, about 70% of women with stage 4 breast cancer won't be alive. Right. I mean, it's devastating. I want to see a world where we are not measuring survival in 5-year increments. And so that's really at the heart of the song. It's actually a lot of the lines from the song, and one particular line, actually, which is about kind of the treatments associated with breast cancer or metastatic breast cancer, which is, this concept of, I had a patient tell me, you know what, doc, I've been poisoned and butchered and burned, and now I have to think about doing more. And so she was kind of alluding to this concept of like, okay, there's chemo, there's, surgery, there's radiation, and it feels like sometimes, you're being poisoned and butchered and burned. Yeah. And yes, it makes an impact, and we can move the needle and we can treat this breast cancer, but let's not minimize what it feels like to go through these treatments. And I just kept thinking, gosh, it's absolutely profound, but these women deserve more. Right. We deserve more, right? Better treatments. Right. Stage 4 needs more. And I think at the heart of it, too, is this kind of background, which is a lot of the fundraising efforts and a lot of the research that I've been doing now is just trying to shine a light on metastatic breast cancer, because when we look at the overall percentage of research funds that go to breast cancer, it's a very small portion actually goes to metastatic breast cancer.
Without any further ado, because we're getting low on time here, let's go ahead and hear your song. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
You're passionate about your work. We've had a lot of cancer in our family. You're passionate.
In a small moment of silence, your world can change. Where do I lay this burden? Who is to blame? Shocked, disbelieving, angry and sad, backed in a corner, now that it's back, fearful for
Wow. I'll tell you what, that song hits home, and John, you see why I say she's rock and roll? She has got.
I know. I saw it.
She's got the pipes.
Yes.
I know.
If you got the pipes, you can do anything.
Hey, we got 1 more minute left. I'm going to thank you guys both for being on here, and Dana, when you get some more music, you come back anytime you want, and we'll premiere it all.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. We so appreciate it.
If you ever want to talk about your coffee cups or Toby trucks,
call in.
It's a pleasure.
We're going to go
next
out.
Next time you come back, I'd like to talk to both of you about how you copy lyrics, how you retain them. An idea comes to you while you're talking to a patient. Do you remember the lyric? What do you do? Blah, blah. Anyway.
All right, we're gonna go out with the meditation in the background. We'll see you all next week.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Ciao for now.
We got 15 seconds, John.
Oh.
Shout out to Raul Hernandez on drums and Desmond Davidson on piano.
There you go. Okay.